you can kind of see from the pictures that they
Oh,
were
yeah.
had a theatrical experience and
Couple of glazed hams there.
Yeah, couple of ham bones.
Show and Sell.
Hello and welcome to Show and Sell, the show that celebrates digging through other people's trash. Hello, Trash Dragons. My name is Chris, Trash Dragon of the West. It's my guitar, Mr. Blankenship.
Hi, Mr. Blankenship.
He says hello back and says like, share, and subscribe, and reminded me that I sell on eBay and Discogs, mostly media.
And I'm Katie, and I'm Trash Dragon of the South, and I sell mostly clothing and accessories, but I'm always on the hunt for anything unique, sparkly, and spooky.
Oh, and I'm Joe, Trash Dragon of the East, and I'm an up-close magician. Watch me make this quarter disappear. Hey! Okay, I like to buy a little bit of everything, and I like to buy a lot. If there's a lot of something, I definitely want that. And I'm not a close-up magician. I'm not even a close-up musician.
That would be a very interesting thing to be a close-up musician.
I'm disappointed, I have to say. I thought you might be a close-up magician. I got really excited.
Well, one thing I like to do when I take people, show people that haven't been to the house, I'll just I'll put a playing card in my back pocket, and I'll show them the rest of the house, and I finally get to my room, and I'm like, well, this is where the close magic happens. Is this your card? And, whatever. And they're just like, what? Because I'm like, I don't talk about that.
It's pretty funny.
Happened? You do that?
Yeah, I have.
And people's reaction is,
what?
Oh, that's a shame, because that's pretty good.
That's pretty funny.
It's a good
I think it's really funny. I would start laughing. They shouldn't say what. I need names of who said what.
I'll create a what list.
This is our challenge to you, the viewer. If you have a guest over, we want you to try that and let us know how it goes.
Exactly. Put it in the notes below.
Yeah, I'm doing that. Yeah,
please. And it's actually a deck of cards that Joe gave me, which has like a bunch of like early 1960s like comics, like a lot of I met a doctor and he's saying something hilarious to me.
Oh boy,
kind of stuff.
Take my wife, for example.
Exactly. Take my wife, please. And any updates?
This is going to air on Good Friday, correct?
Thursday, the Thursday before Good Friday.
Great. So perfect. So everybody, get out your copies of Jesus Christ Superstar as soon as you watch this episode. You're going to want to take it with you. You just want to put it on the turntable, or you want to CD or whatever. And you're just going to want to dance around the house to some Andrew Lloyd Webber goodness.
Yeah.
But didn't you almost put on a production of Jesus Christ Superstar, Joe?
Yeah, I was really working on it, but I just also I've realized that I'm more of a big ideas guy than an actual follow through and execution guy. And that's the problem. It's like I was like, we're gonna do it this way, and then you get all the trappings, but you just don't want to do I lack the organizational skills to actually be able to put on a musical. But we did actually record 4 different songs, including Everything's All Right, the Mary Magdalene song, sung by Britton Ashford. Jen Kwok played Simon Zealot, which is one of the frankly my favorite jam in the whole musical. And then we did a couple others. I can't remember which ones off the top of my head right now, but yeah, big fan of Jesus Christ Superstar.
Okay, call out a challenge to our mutual friend Rami to send you her version of I Don't Know How to Love Him. Let's go, Rami. The gauntlet's been thrown.
Wow.
And I will
sings it beautifully.
I will exchange my friend Britton's Everything's All Right.
There we go.
But Simon Zealot is the one. Crash, what more do you need to convince you that you've made it and you're easily as strong? Anyway, less than 7 seconds. We're clear. It's okay to do that.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see the YouTube.
You're gonna have to high pitch it. Do that thing.
Yeah.
And
just like focus. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Anyway, unless I don't got nothing, so let's move on to the next segment, which is the thing that brought us joy.
The thing that brought you joy.
The thing that brought us joy. Katie, why don't you go?
Okay, this is pretty good because not only is it a play on words, it's useful. So I am kind of obsessed with an Italian company called Saletti, and they do very funny things. I found them because if you've ever seen those little lamps that are shaped like rats and they're holding a light bulb, they also do monkeys that are holding a light bulb that hang from the ceiling.
Yeah.
They're just a very clever company, and they do very fun things. They also do this very specific form of china and pottery where it's a hybrid. I forget, I'm blanking on what the actual terminology is called, but it's two plates broken and fused together with like a gold plating.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's the
yeah,
Japanese art of...
Yes, the Japanese art. So Saletti has released a version of that. A while back, they also did cutlery, but it's not cutlery. It's keetlery because it's shaped like
Oh,
Whoa!
Nice.
Well,
So
that's awesome.
it is really fun. They are all shaped like little
Those look like they could also be used as a bottle. Some of them look like you can open up a bottle of beer, too. So
they're very fun.
It's got two uses.
It's got two uses. They are keetlery, and I found them on eBay because I have a search saved for this brand. This is still sold, I believe, at high-end department stores for quite a bit of money. I got it for $33, I believe.
Woo!
On eBay, a full set.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I have the full set in the black stainless steel, and I'm very, very excited about it. Yeah.
Is it service for 4 or service for 6 or?
It is service for 4.
Okay, nice.
So it's not bad. And then the knives say the brand on it. So Saletti is on the knives. But anyways, I'm stoked, and these are the perfect. I have neurodivergence, and so little spoons are very exciting to me. I'm a spoon person. Sorry, I don't know how else to say that politely. So the fact that the spoons look like baby spoons and I get to eat cereal with a teeny tiny spoon makes me really happy. But they are also the perfect stirring size. But
you like to eat your Cheerios one at a time.
Listen to me.
Okay.
When you go to Baskin Robbins and you get that, the only reason you get a sample at the ice cream place is to get that little spoon in your hand. Once you have that little spoon, you eat the actual ice cream you order with that spoon. It lasts twice as long. That joy lasts forever.
I thought you were just like, I feel like I'm a giant amongst men.
No, I always feel like a giant. This is just, I like miniatures. That's it.
I have a couple of little mini spoons too that I do love, and I've been making jam recently, and
that's right.
And so like it's a nice little thing for just a spoonful of jam, like just a little spoon. It's like that's what you don't want a big chunk of jam. You want just a little taste of.
Really into those little hors d'oeuvre forks too. If I could get my hands on some of those. The little.
Yeah, the 3-prong or like with the big kind of.
I'm into
handle.
those.
Yeah,
I'm into those. I've never seen those out in the wild. I see the throwaway, the disposable ones quite often, but I want like a real set of hors d'oeuvre forks, and then I would have all tiny silverware.
Aren't they also lobster forks?
Yeah, I have lobster forks. I have crab like forks, but they're not as. They only have 2 little prongs on them. They're not as exciting, and they're 2 level. There's a level. Anyways, okay. Who's next? Who else got joy?
Joe, why don't you go?
Well, my item of joy. I can't claim credit for finding this. It's actually my Midwest picking team, aka my mom and my sister, who found this at the bin store in Madison. And it is this hat that I'm wearing. I'm not exactly sure. Don't know anything about the origin. It doesn't fit great, as you can see. It's just kind of like, I don't think it's a yarmulke. Maybe it is a yarmulke.
I don't think so.
I feel like it feels like an African hat of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah, I don't want to be disrespectful regardless, but it is a really cool hat. Even though it's like, even if I sit like this, you can't actually tell I'm wearing a
You
hat.
can't at all push
It's
it
just like,
forward. What happens if you put it on the top of your head,
see,
like where
if I put it on top of my head, I guess that
it's
works.
a fez?
Yeah, it's like a fez. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
It
you
is
have
the perfect sun hat because if sun was beating down directly, it's just like kick.
Yeah. I mean, as a bald man, I have to deal with a lot of head injury issues. Sun being one of them. But yeah, this is the thing that brought me joy.
That's why I keep this thick, lush, protective barrier on my head.
Well, you should.
That is really cute. And if you were wearing that out in the wild and I didn't know you and saw you, I would be like, he's a friend.
Good.
I would know immediately.
Friend.
Yes, you are a friend to women. That is a good hat.
That is a good hat. Yeah.
Thank you. I'll keep on wearing it for the duration.
I just have to yell that on the street corners all the time. I'm a friend to women. I'm a friend to women. It's that but Joe does it with hats.
There you go. Yeah. I don't know. Your crystal might say friend. Your crystals say friend to me. Maybe.
Yeah. My general demeanor says friend, I feel like.
Yeah, but specifically your chosen look. If I walked into a party, I'd be like, well, we're going to be friends.
Yeah, this guy. You and me, friends forever. Then we'd do a really muscular handshake.
Yeah, some sort of,
we're trying to...
Yeah, that's good.
So
immediately into arm wrestle. What's your item of joy?
Mine. So these are. I found 2 cassettes. They're by the same.
Also known as tapes.
Yeah,
I don't know what a cassette is.
A cassette tape.
What are you talking about?
Okay.
I'm just a baby.
I'm just a girl. So psycho-cybernetics is why I picked this up.
That's amazing.
Wow. But the problem is, it's a taped copy of it inside.
Oh,
so I don't know if that's
still okay.
Yeah, I mean, I put it up. It's in Dublin. But this one also had The Magic of Believing, and by Charles and Bristol. These are just sort of general spirituality. So here's the deal with psycho-cybernetics. It has nothing to do with man human hybrids that you would assume,
I wouldn't assume that.
Huh?
I wouldn't assume that, but I'm had a really bad education. What? What?
I assumed it was some kind of a little. It feels like it could be used for when man and machine finally meld.
Terminator.
Yes.
The great singularity.
Or just an implant in your head that is just you can control the Wi-Fi. Anyway, so this is basically just a thing that for athletes for positive affirmation and visualization. Pretty standard. I think this probably came out in the 70s, so it's probably early days for that kind of thinking. But it's just a great title, Psycho.
It really is, and how bold it is on the tape is very good.
Yeah. This was pointed out to me that there's a thing called RAS. It's reticular activation system, where if you start to look for things, your brain starts to kind of become more aware of them and search them out. So that's why people keep gratitude lists, I think, is the concept is if you decide I'm going to say 3 things I'm grateful for every day, then every day you know that you have 3 things to be grateful for, or you have to list 3 things. So you start looking around for things to be grateful for. So you become more grateful for the things in your life because you have to look around for them. So it actually makes sense. The gratitude list makes sense in a long-term sort of way. So why don't we move on to our next segment, which is Unearthed Treasure.
Unearthed Treasure.
All right, Unearthed Treasure. The topic is family. And why don't you go?
It's a secondhand thing, but it also is but it's not exactly something I'm reselling or anything like that, or even thrifted. This is I'm blocking out the last name, because it is This is my grandfather's nameplate that he had on his desk when he was an insurance salesman, and it was one of the things. It's got like the bank
Yes.
pen holder. It's missing
Yes.
this one here. But yeah, so I just wanted to
That's awesome.
After he passed, I went and visited. They still had it I think it was still at his office. I'm not mistaken, and at the old bank, and so I just grabbed it, and that was it. And so it's a good
Pins too.
So you robbed a bank.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Bank
and it's funny
robber
because
show.
Hannah has one nameplate for a name tag or nameplate actually for her grandfather as well. So it's
back when
very
people
cool.
were important enough to get their names engraved into things.
Yeah, now I mean I have a business. I don't even have a business card anymore because I had to burn them all for warmth.
I have multiple sets of business cards for businesses I never started. As far as the business card, I don't know which is worse.
But here's my thing for family. Which is the Flora and Robert Alda 99 Ways to Cook Pasta cookbook. This is Alan Alda's parents.
Whoa!
With a forward from Alan Alda.
Who asked for that?
I guess I did because I bought it.
Like, who was clamoring for that? I want to. Alan Alda's parents seem remarkable. I would like to know how they cook pasta in 99 different ways.
Well, I can tell you what Fernando Lama said about it, which is, Flora, in the past, I've called you Baronessa, Contessa, and Duchessa. But when it comes to cooking, I have to call you Queen. Viva la Regina! There's a... Rosano Brazzi says, the Aldas turned noodles into a work of art.
Sorry. The title of the book is 99 Ways to Cook Pasta?
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's about... Yeah, Joe, do you see where I'm going?
I see where you're going with this.
Is there another way than in boiling water?
Deep fried.
Yeah.
No, I think it's how to...
Pasta dishes.
Yes, there's 99 pasta dishes.
We could have gone with 99 pasta dishes.
Only 99 ways to cook your lover.
Right. I'm just saying, that's very funny.
But they're both like the Aldas were also kind of performer. You can kind of see from the pictures that, they had a theatrical experience and
a couple of glazed hams there.
Yeah, a couple of ham bones. Yeah, like that. I would do it. I've got a ham bone cat that I'm constantly telling her that she's a ham. Moons over my hammy.
Moons over my hammy. But it just feels like I just imagine like them going, son, we're writing a cookbook. All right.
That's amazing.
Good for you guys. Well, we want you to write the forward. Of course you do. All right. It's just like, it's also one of those things where it's just like, would they have gotten the book if their last name wasn't Alda? Probably not, but maybe it's great.
I'm still kind of baffled by the fact that they got the book with the last name of Alda, unless this was at the height of MASH mania.
Let me see.
Was it? It might have been.
It was a chicken! No, it was a baby!
It was 1980, so yes, it was in the...
Okay, so...
Like, they understood the timing perfectly. They were like, if we're going to do this cookbook, it has to be now.
It has to be now.
Don't worry about the name. We'll come up with a better one later. And,
putting myself in the mind frame, I'm walking through the mall. in 1980. I go to the B. Dalton Books.
You're wearing that hat, yeah.
Hey, I'm looking for I'll be like, excuse me, sir. I'm looking for a periodical. Have you heard of the magazine Time? And they would say, right over there, sir, on our well-stocked magazine rack. And I'd be walking to the magazine rack and say, what's this then? A cookbook by Alan Alda's parents? Whoa!
He looks well fed.
Why I must have this? Yeah.
But it's. Yeah, no, I never really thought about that.
For a lot of money? I hope you put that up for a lot of money because that's funny.
I don't know. Like, I don't think it's worth a ton.
Well,
yeah. But
It's worth whatever you say it is.
exactly. I was just like, well, this amuses me enough to buy it.
Mhm.
And, you know.
I saw Alan Alda once at a Max Brooks book signing. He was sitting in kind of not in the back row exactly, but I was like, "Hey, that's Alan Alda," and I'm like, "Huh," and he was just sort of sitting there. I'm like, "Yeah, that's Alan Alda, all right." Didn't know what to do, so I just left him alone. Obviously, that's probably the best course of action.
That's wise. It's good.
When Joe and I used to be roommates and we were looking for apartments, we decided to stop and get ice cream. And right behind us was Steve Buscemi and his 5 kids. And I remember Joe just going, "Don't look," but Steve Buscemi is right behind us. And when I eventually looked, Buscemi just looked at me like, "No,
No, sir.
no, don't do this." And I was just like, just turned around. It's just like sometimes you just see in the eyes of celebrities, they're like, "Yep, you reckon it, but don't do this." I'm like, "Okay,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, no,
I got you, Steve. Me and you, buddy, we get each other."
Reminds me of the time Chad Knackers and Mike Lowe were riding the bus or riding the train with Paul Giamatti. And this guy was like, "Hey, I know you from somewhere." And like he just kept on trying to figure out where he knew him from. And Paul Giamatti just looked miserable.
Oh yeah, you know him from everything.
Yeah.
Paul Giamatti's in everything.
Yeah.
Just so many movies. Yeah.
Everything. So
Probably Planet of the Apes, which he was in.
That, for sure.
Oh my god, I didn't even know he was in that.
Well, he's in the remake. He was in the Tim Burton remake.
Yeah. But there's like 5 of those, right?
No. There's only one Tim Burton one, and the rest are like Dawn of the. Then they relaunched it in the late 2000s with Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Battle. I can't remember all the. Yeah. I lost track, which is really embarrassing for somebody who was deeply as deep into monkey movies as I was.
Yeah, it is embarrassing.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Sorry.
This is they're framed, but this is one of my favorite bin finds because I'm sending you a picture right now. Were used in mine and Oliver's engagement photos, and they are full stocking mitt masks.
What? Oh my god!
Fox and the rabbit.
A fox and a bunny, and they're full knit face covering masks, like headgear.
So you would just see through the fabric.
You can't see through them at all.
Okay.
They're completely. You can't see. You're blind.
Okay.
And so I was the bunny, and he was the fox. And Chris, you can use the picture.
Please, thank you.
That I sent, and that was one of my favorite bin finds. And yes, I don't normally use stuff that goes on the head from the bins. These, I actually took them to get dry cleaned. Just in case, because I was like, because they were so cool. I'd never seen something like it before. And so now I have them framed and they hang in our bedroom. But it was my idea to do bank robbery engagement photos. But I don't want to hear about it.
I was hoping that you and Oliver were wearing those gold bodysuits that Raid used to wear.
This was pretty good, though. No, the other set of our engagement photos, I found these giant black wings that are like very theatrical, and so we're in wings in the other ones. He has to go along with a lot of stuff from me, and that's what happened. Those wings had to go away when we moved from California, but I would have kept those too because they were just good finds. They were massive. Yeah. So
I assume your list for husbands started with good sport.
Good sport.
Willie.
Sport likes theater kids. Yeah, that was it, and I nailed it.
Yeah, but we have one more segment, which is Joe.
Tales from the Flypt.
Tales from the Flypt. Tales from the Flypt.
Tales from the Flypt. We are back. The topic or question is, what's an item you should sell, but you won't? So here is a book. You guys know about my Indian food, but maybe you don't know as much about my Cajun food cooking, which is the other main cooking passion that I have is Cajun food. And Chef Paul Prudhomme is my guy. He's like one of the biggest chefs of the late 70s, early 80s. He kind of brought, like, if you've had blackened whatever, like blackened chicken,
Sure.
Cajun blackened chicken, like he popularized it. I don't know if he invented it, but he did popularize it. The turducken is a Chef Paul. He really brought Cajun food out into the popular. But anyway, this is a very good cookbook. It's fine. The reason why I'm not selling it is because it is signed by Mr. Prudhomme.
But you should sell it because does
It's
that
probably
make
worth
it more
it's
valuable?
like $30.
Oh, okay.
If it was like the signed copy would be, I think, worth around $30. But like I didn't when I bought it, I don't think I knew that it was signed. I think I just bought it, and then later on, I was like, oh yeah, this is signed. Paul Prudhomme's signature always comes with good looking, good eating, and good loving. So he's a lover man.
Good advice, Paul.
Yep. And it was for someone's wedding, which is another thing I do love, which is having very personal items of other people's, their wedding gift, signed wedding gift from Paul Prudhomme.
That's sweet, though. That's
Yeah.
a nice gift. That's
Yeah.
a really nice gift. I'm glad that someone gave it away.
I have no idea how I can't remember whether I got it at like a bins from years ago or this was a eBay purchase.
Oh.
I genuinely don't remember, but this was like, I probably got this like 20 years ago. I know I've made things for Joe out of this at one point or another, but anyway, who wants to go next?
Katie.
Hey, Ty.
This is a difficult category. We could do this all day. I have a lot of things that I should sell, but I don't. But the one that came to mind first is something that I have that's possibly pretty valuable, but I don't own a lot by this brand that I love. So it is this
Channel. Yeah.
From Channel.
Yeah.
And it is a belt that I found at a thrift store in Los Angeles.
Right. With the box?
Nope. I have the box separately.
All right. I was just like, the box and the belt in a, like, say, the bins would be an insane find.
But we know that I love belts, right?
Yeah.
We do.
So here is
Wow.
the Chanel belt. Now, the actual branding appears correct. It's upside down right there. But there is like a stamp and a number. And from what I can tell, it appears right. It's beautiful patent leather. I just try to keep it nice and temp controlled. I should sell it. I've never worn it. I probably won't wear it, but I also might pass it down. I also should probably take it and get it authenticated, but everything about it tells me it's probably real. I don't know why it ended up at a thrift store. But regardless, sometimes also, even if it's not authentic, things like this do pretty well. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like people, but it's like a really nice weight. The patent leather is really pretty. And so you can kind of tell on some of those things. But I should probably say bye-bye to it because I'm never going to use it because I'm scared of it.
That's something I did when the LA fires happened. I was just like, I had to leave town for a couple days like the air quality was terrible. The fires could have reached us. It would have been bad if it happened, but it could have happened. But I ended up like selling a bunch of like records that I was just like, I'm glad these didn't burn in the fire because they're worth a good chunk of money.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got back, I'm like, you know what? I'm listing all the things I thought.
It's time to go. Yeah.
It's a good way to like having an emergency kind of clarifies like, oh, this should go and I should just have the money for it.
Well, and also if it's not authentic, then it needs to go regardless because then it's not valuable to leave to anyone. It's not anything. It just needs to go. So yeah, I should probably, you know what? You've spurred me on. This is a good category. I take it back. It should
go. Joe, what do you got?
Oh, I guess I don't have it with me. Because I just didn't think to bring it with me. But I can send pictures. I have some a couple years ago. I went to Little Hammer on my birthday, and there's a DVD company called Arrow, and they're kind of like they do a lot of like cult movies. Like the first thing I got was a Herschel Gordon Lewis box set that was like gigantic. It was Blu-ray and DVD, and it had like a mask and a book. And I bought it for pretty reasonable on eBay, and then I ended up watching some of them, and then I found what I thought was another one on eBay. I was like, well, I'll get this is even cheaper, so I got that one. And I wanted it to be a small one without the book and just the Blu-rays and DVDs. I was like, well, you know what I don't need is 2 sets, and I would rather get rid of that one. And I looked it up, and that one that I was ended up selling for like 2 to 3 times what I paid for it initially. So anyway, that's Arrow. Arrow does a lot of
the one with the book and the mask is the one you sold. Okay.
Yeah. So then Arrow has like they also do a lot of other like they do horror movies and they also do kung fu movies. And I bought a box set a couple years ago called Shaw Scope Volume 1 from the Shaw brothers, who were Hong Kong kung fu film directors. And
if you've seen the Kill Bill movies, he uses the Shaw
sound
logo
effect
before, or like and the visual logo, I think.
Yeah.
Doesn't he? Shaw Scope.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I got Shaw Scope Volume 1. It's like I can't even remember how many Blu-rays are in it. And I was thinking about it. It's like, I've only watched one of the movies on here. I would probably watch more eventually, but I just it's not like a burning thing for me. But I just it was just sort of like, oh, this will be cool to have, my inner 13-year-old or whatever. And then I looked it up, and it looks like it sells for about $50 to $70 more than what I paid for it at this point, because it's out of print. But anyway, so I was thinking about selling that, but I was like, I probably won't, because I just I'm like, I could use the money right now, but but eventually I will probably be like, I think I want to just put on a dumb kung fu movie and watch that today. Same goes for another DVD I got, which is the Space Ghost Coast to Coast volume 4th or 5th season. I can't remember.
I think I know. It's the one with the kind of like ink graphic on it.
Yeah, it's got Shambrain and Curling Space Flowers. It's got the one with with Jerry Springer and Sarah Jessica Parker,
which is one of the best episodes. Yeah,
yeah, which is hilarious. It's like a Rashomon episode where Space Ghost, Zorak, and Moltar are telling their different versions of what happened in that particular episode. Yeah. And
to Jerry Springer, who's getting increasingly upset.
Yeah. It's very funny, and it's not streaming like all the other Space Ghosts are from that season, but there are 2 of them that aren't, and that is one of them. And
you know why?
No,
because they use the Boston song.
Oh, no way!
I'm pretty sure. It's just like getting the DVD rights for the Boston song. I'm assuming that's the same thing. Why WKRP in Cincinnati just created sound alikes for all their songs, because they couldn't, the music licensing at that point had gotten so crazy. But am I mistaken? Did we do it once again?
Let me consult the thumbs. Oh my God! Yes, we did!
Yes, it's the 8 pluses. Oh my God! Hey, we did it! Hank, I was afraid that we weren't going to do it this time, but we pulled it through.
Whew, thank goodness! It was a real close one. Oh my gosh! What a thumb!
Bigger than my thumb.
What a thumb war! Thumb war!
Oh wow! That does look kind of violent. Anyway,
yes. So here's that song that everyone loves listening to. Thank you for watching Show and Sell. If you remember, hit like, share, subscribe. But if you don't, everything is gonna be alright. And if you do, things are gonna be a little brighter for us. There's an algorithm controlling us. Thank you for watching Show and Sell. If you remember, ring the bell. Ding. All right, thanks everyone.
Thanks, Show Sellers.
Bye.
Don't complain in advance. You got it right this time.
Hey, thanks for coming, everybody.